Hello there, I'm John McLaughlin. Welcome to another video. So just one fact before we start is that 82% of people who visit my channel and watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if that's you and you're not yet subscribed, then please hit that subscribe button just down there. I really appreciate that, and it helps more than you know in terms of the algorithm and me being able to produce videos like this for free, and also the case studies that I'm putting together. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you get some value from this or any of the videos on this channel, give us a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Right, so one of the biggest questions I get from people is, I'm brand new. John, I'm brand new. I've just started in one of the businesses that you're talking about. You've given me lots of help, and I appreciate your help, but how do I actually get my message out there? I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't want to appear fake on videos. So how do I get my message out there to the audience, and how do I attract people to help them and to get them into my business? And it's a really good question, and it's a really valid point. So here's what I'm going to say, and this is what I always say to everybody in the same situation. What you've done, there's a lot of people out there who are looking at the same products and the same services, thinking about getting involved. And because you have already got involved, because you've already gone through the door that people are looking at, or maybe knocking on the door, can somebody show me around please? You have got more experience in terms of the eyes of your audience. Okay, so they want to know what's behind the door. You've gone through the door and you've gone, wow, this is great, look at this. Okay, and what it's a case of doing is documenting your journey as an online business owner. Okay, because as soon as you sign up for, if one day you've never experienced anything, the next day you sign up for a product, okay, then you become an online business owner, whether you've got years of experience or none. Okay, and what you say to people is, look, this is my first video. Okay, if this is the first video you're doing, this is the first thing I'm going to be doing. This is my first video. Let me show you why I joined this business. I was looking at this business for so long, okay, because XYZ, I want to do this, and this is what attracted me to this business. And just tell your story. And the thing is, you don't need to be experienced to tell a story, okay, because the way that the human brains are wired, we're naturally wired to listen to stories. Okay, it's just the way we are. It's where we've always been. And the big problem with that is most people don't think what they've got to say is particularly valid. Can you resonate with that? Okay, most people go, I've only got a little bit of experience. Okay, here's John. He's got like 17 years experience online. That doesn't matter. And here's another big takeaway for you. People don't care what you know. People only care about, let me say that again. Thanks. People don't care what you know until they know how much you care about them. Okay, and it all comes down to imparting good information. Because if what you say resonates with them, okay, most new online business owners, I've seen this time and time again, where they go, hey, and they put on this fake urgency, this fake excitement in the voice. Oh, this is fantastic, it's wonderful. Okay, I can think of any more adjectives, and they're always going, click the link, do this, do that. And to be honest, to my mind, they just need a slap. And I know a lot of people watching videos like that, where they're dancing around, they also say, yes, they need a slap. Okay, and what people really want is somebody who has gone through the door, who has done something with it, and have learned one or two things. Okay, let me take the Home Business Academy as an example. It's a perfect example of brand new people getting in and gaining traction with a business that they knew nothing about previously. Okay, and it's so simple and straightforward in that people can get their business assets together, they can build sales funnels, they've got all the training they need. There's nothing superfluous, there's nothing crazy about it. It's just, this is the business and this is it. This is where we go. And you can get started, and you can go through the first video, and whatever you learn in that first video, when you get that light bulb moment, and you will get multiple light bulb moments going through the training in that, you can do videos about that. And your videos don't have to be any good. Excuse me, you don't have to be any good. As long as, I've got a course online on YouTube. I've been doing I did a 4-year film degree, so I know everything about filmmaking. Okay, and yet I've got a DSLR camera and a nice Yeti microphone. Okay, which isn't on its stand at the minute. You don't need loads of great content. You don't need loads of great equipment. Okay, you just need obviously some good audio and to give your message. And if you're genuine and you are yourself, nobody can imitate that. Nobody can fake who you are. And people know. People are now a lot more savvy than they used to be when it comes to looking at people, reading the tells, knowing if somebody is being genuine or not. Okay. And if you're not genuine, if you go with this whole thing of, fake it till you make it type thing, that, let me tell you, is 1980s thinking. It won't get you anywhere. Not in today's land, not in today's climate. Okay. So just to go back and answer most of the questions, teach what you've learned. Okay. Don't just teach something that you've watched a video and you haven't really applied it in your business and you go, I'm going to teach that because that looks good. Okay. Use it for yourself. Okay. And teach your audience what you've learned and just give people your experiences. Like me, I'm a creative person. I love doing creative stuff. Videos, love doing it. Love doing presentations sometimes when it goes right, which is more often than not now because I'm doing it all the time. But in terms of the technical stuff, the coding and that sort of thing, I'm a complete and utter buffoon. All right, I don't know anything about it, and yet I do it because I'll go onto a video, I'll watch the video 5 or 6 or 7 times or 10 times, and I'll go, okay, let's do a bit. Okay, what's he said there? And I'll do it, and it'll be done, and it'll work. I go, great. Excellent. I got really nice, confidence levels with that has gone up. And then a week later, I'll go, I've got to do the same job. And I'll go, how the hell did I do that? Completely forgot. Okay. But thanks to the training that we've got in HBA, I can go back to the video. And sometimes I'll watch a video and I think, I've actually watched this video. Just the technical stuff just goes, really does. But you excel at whatever you excel at. Okay, some people love doing technical stuff, some people love doing accounts. Okay, whatever you do, you highlight and you use that as your core speciality. But when it comes to talking to your audience, just talk to your audience like they're a mate down the pub. And that's it. That's all you need to do. And that's what will happen is if you can gain the confidence to do that on a regular basis. Not just talking about doing it once a week or once a month. I've done a video now, that's it. Whew, scared to death doing that video, ain't doing any more. Okay, you're not going to get the traction in your business. And I see this time and time again where people will do a video, okay, they'll get a certain sense of achievement, but what they had to go through in terms of stress was off the charts for them because they were trying to be somebody else. They were trying to be the leader when they're not. Okay, they were trying to be the experienced person when they're not. Okay, you don't need to be. You don't need to be at all. Just be yourself. Okay, if you're nervous on camera, okay, tell people, this is my first video. I know I'm talking to a camera, but you know what? I'm scared to death. Look at my hand. Look at it shaking like that. Okay, I should do the same thing. Look at a camera and click record. And I practice lines. Okay, oh, I'm John Brockland. Blah, blah. Yeah, it's okay. I'll click record and go, ugh. Okay. There's something about a red light in the corner that puts you off because suddenly it's not just you. It's you, the camera, and the potential audience. All right, and it's like, I can't mess up. Remember when Facebook Lives first came out, and I was at a really high level marketing mastermind in Texas, and I thought, this is a perfect opportunity to do Facebook Lives. I was doing lots of interviews, but Facebook Lives, no, it's live. Something might happen. Something I might fall over, or chair might collapse, or I might mess my words up, and I'm there on my phone. Okay, where's my phone? The phone's there. There on the phone, Facebook Live, and I went, don't do it. I didn't do it. All right, but obviously now you can do it. But this is what happens if you can just be yourself. Okay, and yes, your mates, they're gonna laugh at you. Okay, Was that you on YouTube the other day? Yeah, brat. You know, that's what's going to happen. Okay, but does it really matter? No, because if you're being yourself, people will know that's you, and they'll be, okay, great, you're just being yourself. Bit of a prat still, okay, but it's when you try and come over as some alter ego, okay, as some big successful guru, okay, who, you know, isn't, and that's the problem, okay. So how do you get people to attract you? Is people naturally will be attracted to you, okay, and that's the way it works. Human attraction has always been the same over generations and generations. Doesn't matter if we're, you know, meeting somebody in a wood or meeting someone downtown or meeting somebody over the internet on YouTube or wherever. It's all the same dynamics. If you're yourself, then you'll be fine, okay. And just tell people what your experiences have been, and just get away from this, well, I just need to be a bit better, I just need to know a bit more, I just need to feel confident before I do something. You know, it doesn't work. You build confidence on the journey. You gain knowledge by teaching. I tell you what, that's a massive thing as well. You can teach yourself so many things and apply them to yourself, but when you start imparting that knowledge to other people, it really cements your own learning, and I would definitely recommend you do that. It's not going to be simple or straightforward, because, you know, if you're a little bit nervous on camera, but do it, because if you've already done something, let's say you're going to put an email together and you haven't done an email before, and then you suddenly do it, and then the light bulbs go on in your mind, and then suddenly, wow, this is easy. Okay, let me show you what I did. Okay, so you go through a little bit of training, and you give your opinions and your expressions, and then you go, this is the first email I've done, so tell you what we'll do, we'll send the email, we'll come on tomorrow, we'll see how the email performed, and see what, you know, improvements we can make over the time. Okay, and I'm doing something very similar right now. I'm doing the MacLeod Gen Secret case study, and one of the reasons I wanted to do the case study was because I know there's so much benefit of that case study, not only in terms of making the money, but in terms of formatting emails and, you know, improving copy generally. But it also keeps me on track. So every single day I go, okay, I've got my video to do, let's go and do a MacLeod Gen Secret video. And I will do that every day anyway, but now what I'm doing, I'm just recording it and I'm giving you all the value, okay? And it's great. And I encourage you to do the same. You don't need to be super dynamic, okay? Just be yourself, and what you'll find is the more that you do, you'll see your development, you'll see your progression, and more importantly, so will your audience. But in addition to that is, as you grow as a person and as your skills grow, so does your brand. Okay, and then you start leading by your brand, but you start in the right way, because what you started doing initially was being yourself, which in turn is how you build a brand. And that is a massive takeaway. So if you're putting your brand and your personality into your videos, into your marketing, into your emails, into everything that you do, that process will happen organically. And if you do that in the right way, which is just being yourself, you'll build a massive business, if that's what you want, okay? But it starts with being nervous and doing the crap videos. You've got to do the crap videos to start with, okay? That's the best word for it. Where your video's maybe not quite right, or maybe the lighting's a bit rubbish, or maybe your microphone's over there, and you come to edit it and you go, oh, it's all echoey, or you haven't turned your microphone on. All right, there's all sorts of things that happen. Okay, I've done wonderful courses before where I've done a whole module, 35 minutes, and then suddenly, oh, the microphone's not plugged in. If you go back onto Facebook, you'll see it. All these things happen, but they're all part of the development process, the process of developing your brand, and the process of developing your business. But more importantly, your metal, okay, your thick skin. And I would say, just if you're wondering what to do, and so many people go, okay, but what about this and what about that, and what about the lighting, and what about the content, and what about if people don't like it? Just do it anyway. Just do it anyway, because there's only a certain amount of preparation you can do before you actually pull the trigger and you hit record and you start talking. And I know what it's like when you're stressed. You're talking to a camera, you finish, and you go, what did I say? Did I just waffle for 10 minutes? What happened? Okay. And sometimes that I do the same thing. Okay. And I go back onto the edit suite, and I go, actually, you're making your point. Okay. Maybe you can improve this, maybe you can improve that, or whatever. And it's a constant process. If you follow my My Lead Gen Secret case study, the same thing applies. You look at the stats and you're constantly improving the process by looking at the emails people that are opening, looking at the headlines, crafting it in the right way, and you're just making those small incremental steps, those small incremental improvements as you go. All right, and that's the best way to be. And if you can do that, you'll look backwards in 12 months. And I challenge anyone to do this. Do your first video, okay, and then be consistent, and then after 12 months go and look at your first video and see the difference in the way you deliver and your mannerisms and your lighting and everything else, and everything. You'll be shocked. Okay, and this happened to me when I did my filmmaking degree. I did a filmmaking degree 12 years ago, and I actually walked into the university thinking I was quite competent. And after the second or third year, I looked at my first year work, and it was garbage in comparison to what I was doing. So you will make improvements, even though sometimes you might not think those improvements are being made. And that's one of the downsides you've got to look out for. A lot of new business owners don't see the improvements being made, and they're making great strides, and yet they don't think they're making any progress, and they quit as a result. And it's so sad to see. Okay, and just to leave you on one little note, most people vastly overestimate what they can achieve in a month, and yet vastly underestimate what they can actually achieve in a year. Okay, and here's the thing: most people, when they start marketing online, let's say your audience will find you online, they will start watching your videos, they will listen to your content, and they will make an assumption based on what you're telling them. Okay, and their assumption isn't based on what you know, it's based on you being genuine and how much you care about the whole process. They can see passion. Okay, so yeah, do it diligently for 12 months, because you will improve and your audience will see that improvement. Okay, here's the point. I was just lost train of thought there. It takes your audience an average of 60, 90, sometimes 180 days to actually connect with you. What I mean by that is that you might see views, and then you might see the odd like, and then you get some more likes, and then people eventually will reach out to you. Okay, so it takes about 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 12 months to do that, and yet most people, they don't physically see the improvement, so they give up, and the average attrition rate is about 2.8 months. Okay, so if you're brand new in business, don't give it less than 12 months, but give it 12 months of actual work, not just doing a video a week or maybe a few Facebook posts. And let me tell you, it really works. I know I've been doing this for long enough. I know what works and what doesn't work. I can attest to both sides of that. Okay, so just trust me when I say just do the work, and you don't have to make massive improvements, because the improvements will happen organically. Okay, if you do it often enough and consistent enough. Anyway, I hope that has helped. I know it's answering a lot of people's questions. If you have additional questions, by all means, let me just check just checking my camera, has a tendency to go off. If you have questions, okay, my text number is across there. I do respond to all text messages, but don't call the number. People tend to call it, and I don't call it because I have the phone on silent. But I do reply to texts. And also, drop me a comment below, and I always reply to the comments. Constructive comments anyway, not the usual sort of spammy ones that I'm getting through sometimes. But yeah, reach out to me. And again, as I said, 82% of people who watch videos like this are not yet subscribed. So if that's you, then please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And give us a thumbs up if you get some value, if you got some value from this or any of the videos on the channel. I really appreciate, I appreciate all the likes and all the subscribers up to now and all the comments that come in. It really makes it worthwhile and helping people as we can, many people as we can. Okay, I'm John McLaughlin. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.